So this is BLENDi Biz episode number 2, and to start off, we had some really cool news, and we're going to be on Brookstone.com. So in case you don't know, Brookstone is a kind of innovative gadgets, and they used to be a big retailer, and now they have an online play, and actually just got split up after they got rid of their retail locations. And so now it's split up into the online portion, which is owned by Branded Online, and then their retail locations at airports are owned by the Hudson News Group. So that's interesting. We got on the online portion, which makes sense. And how we did that was we actually had a buyer from Touch of Modern who then transitioned to Branded Online work there. And she said, I actually bought a BLENDi and I've been meaning to reach out to you guys when the time was right, when I got to Branded Online, which is, which they own Brookstone.com. So that was really cool to have an actual user of BLENDi. And she actually asked, how do I use it, blah, blah, blah. And so I kind of gave her a demo, which is cool. So that was the big news that I wanted to share, was Brookstone. That's it. I'm not really playing it up, but to be honest with you, that's probably been one of my dreams. Since I started this, I've always wanted to get into Brookstone. And just walking in the malls, I always thought that Brookstone was so cool. I actually do remember I was playing with sand one time in Brookstone after I'd come up with BLENDi, and I was like, man, this would be really cool if I was playing with a BLENDi. We might not get that until a little bit when we can actually get into retail stores, but being on the online portion gives us a really good leg up for the airport stores to talk with Hudson Group. So that is next. That will be this week. Wasn't a super productive week sales wise. We had a couple Mother's Day sales, and that was awesome. So I adjusted all of the titles and SEO, which is search engine optimization. I actually took out pink BLENDi, all of that from the title, and I said Mother's Day gift. And surprisingly enough, maybe not surprisingly, that worked. So that SEO searchability factor really came in clutch. And we sent out a ton of BLENDis after people purchased them. And really cool. And I also had a really crazy story about BLENDi, which I'm going to actually post a blog about. And it's probably one of the craziest stories I've ever heard. And it was from an influencer we have. And then now to the influencer. So we have now four or five influencers. And they've been promoting it slowly. We have 2 that are kind of, they're going to be good, I think, in terms of hitting the mom crowd and the everyday fitness crowd. And then we have one of our old influencers coming back, and so it should be good. And we're going to continue with that. And now our focus is Boston-based theme page influencers, and then like Boston-based influencers in general. So what a theme page is let's say Boston, I want to create like cool pics of Boston, right? That's a theme page. So that's what we're going to hit up for advertising rates, and we'll see how that goes. And so that's going on. And what else we had? Then Jacob Levy, props to him. He got some really cool product shots of BLENDi, which I needed and wanted. I was getting really sick of the stock photos that we had, and thought we needed to liven it up a little bit. And he did a good job, and he's currently editing those right now, I think. And he should send them over hopefully by end of this weekend. And so next week is going to be a big sales week. A lot of sales. We actually built out a lot of the email cadences, which is for B2B sales, as that's what we kind of pivoted our focus on now. And so that's going to be going out next week. We're going to be really like hitting it hard, wholesale wise and retail shop wise. So that's going to be insane. I'm actually really looking forward to that. And what an email cadence is basically is, first touch is introduction. It's noticing something significant about them, and then second touch is saying, hey, are you there? But basically it's coming up with a cadence of saying, what do you say for the first time you reach them? What do you say for the second time? What do you do for the third time you want to reach out? Do you call them? Do you email them? Do you send them a LinkedIn request? Yada yada yada. So building those out was pretty essential, and now it's just about copying and pasting sending them emails and obviously changing it up, making it customized to them, because that's what a good salesman does. And you don't just send blanket, sales emails, which I get all the time, and I literally rip them apart when I get them. Sometimes they have the wrong name, the wrong business, and it looks so trashy and unthoughtful. So I always take the opportunity to rip right into them as someone who knows what to do. But that is it. Next week should be good, and this has gone on long enough, but hope those explanations kind of are better. I liked, I know this isn't a car, but it doesn't really matter. It's just me talking, and I hope those explanations are kind of interesting to see what I've been doing and what I do. So yeah, have a good one. This is episode number 2.